and Lena Peterson stepped out. She stopped and held the door open. "Come on, Edwina," she said with a sigh. A face peeked out, hiding slightly behind the door frame. A set of eyes met Marie-Therese's. "Well, come on," Lena Peterson said with another annoyed sigh. "We haven't got all day." More of her face was shown, and even if she had been warned, Marie-Therese couldn't help but gasp. The lump on the girl's forehead was substantially bigger than what Marie-Therese expected. All the veins were visible, and it looked like it was pulling her face, making it lopsided. "This is Edwina. Edwina, meet Miss Lundtofte. She'll be taking care of you, so you be good to her, you hear me? Miss Lundtofte is a very nice lady." Marie-Therese felt revulsion and was almost nauseous. She had heard the rumors about the girl and her appearance, but never really believed them. But this was almost too much. The girl's glowing green eyes stared at her and made her feel uncomfortable. Marie-Therese looked into them, searched for just a hint, just anything that she could care about in there. "Hi, Edwina," she said, swallowing her nausea and bending down in front of the girl. "I'm Marie-Therese." "She doesn't talk much," Lena Peterson said. "Mostly grunts. They don't know why. It's not that she can't talk. She just doesn't do it." Lena Peterson leaned over and whispered, "It might be the thing in her forehead that blocks her brain somehow, the doctor says. Poor girl." "What is it?" Marie-Therese asked, staring almost paralyzed at the lump. Lena Peterson shrugged. "Some sort of tumor. As far as they know, it's benign. But it's too much a part of her head to be removed. It has been there since birth, so they are afraid to kill her if they remove it. It is a sort of deformity caused by the radiation she was exposed to in her mother's womb." "At Chernobyl?" "Yes, you read the file. They were both there when the explosion happened. The parents worked there. Edwina's mother was pregnant at the time of the explosion. It's a miracle that Edwina is still alive. I heard a rumor that the mother was in fact expecting twins, and when the explosion happened, the other child died, and Edwina sort of absorbed it in her brain. But as I said, it's just silly rumors," Lena Peterson said, laughing. Then she went serious. "The fact is, we've had several doctors look at her, and they don't know what it is. They only know that it is somehow a part of the girl's body. It has been with her since birth, and removing it might be fatal, as I explained. So I guess she is stuck with looking like this." "But that's terrible." Lena Peterson shrugged. "We all have our lump to carry, don't we?" Marie-Therese nodded while staring at the girl, who wasn't much bigger than a 4-year-old, even if she was supposed to be 6. Marie-Therese knew all about burdens to carry. She had taken care of her mother all those years when she had struggled with cancer, and that wasn't a pretty sight. In the end, the mother had become mean as a bat, constantly yelling at her daughter, calling her awful names, and throwing things at her. On the really bad days, her mother couldn't even recognize her, and accused her of stealing from her, of being a thief. Once, she even managed to call the police to come and arrest the woman who had broken into her home and was stealing all her money. In the end, the brain tumor had made her brain into complete goo, and she could hardly speak, and certainly not yell, but she kept her meanness and fanatic fundamentalist religious beliefs. All she had to do was stare at Marie-Therese in a certain way to let her know what she thought. She didn't need to speak to tell Marie-Therese that she thought she was sinning against her Creator, that she needed to pray for forgiveness, do penance. Her mother would sometimes hurt herself, and Marie-Therese had to strap her down to her bed. Yes, she had been some burden to carry, and Marie-Therese had carried her all the way to the grave. Now it was her turn to be taken care of. If no one else would, then she would have to do it herself. With the money she received from taking in Edwina, she would be able to do just that. "Let's go home," she said to the girl, with a smile. Chapter 2. Thomas Bastrop awoke one morning in September, not long after Edwina moved in next door, needing to go to the bathroom. It had become more and more frequent lately that he had to go in the middle of the night. He knew he had